Hello and welcome to another math lecture by me, Lee and Mike.
Yep. Wait. Another? This is our first.
Okay, welcome to another first math lecture by Lee and Mike. Today we'll be learning about the unit circle.
So let's fill in what we already know. This is 0, and it's 2 pi.
And we already know that this is also pi, or 180 degrees.
This is pi over 2, which equals 90 degrees.
And this one is a little bit harder to find. It's 3 pi over 2. And the basis is, the easy way to find it is multiply by 180 because pi equals 180. So 3 times 180 divided by 2 will equal 2. Alright. Degrees.
And this is 360. And 0.
So, now, what if we want to go halfway between these? So, what would pi over 2 divided by 2 be?
That would be pi over 4.
Alright, and half of 90?
45.
So pi over 4 would equal 45, and it would go right up there.
So this would be over 4, which equals 45 degrees. And also, just an easy reminder, since we know pi is 180, just divide 180 by 4, and you'll get your degrees.
Pi equals 180. So, we're gonna, Now, what's a third of the way to 90?
30 degrees,
Yeah, see how that works out.
which would be pi over 6,
180 divided by 6 equals 30.
which equals 30 degrees.
Now,
2/3 of the way.
yeah, I'll draw this one. So that's going to equal 60 degrees, or pi over 3.
3, 60 degrees.
So that works on every part of this wonderful circle. You just have to continue the lines. Make sure they're...
Neater than ours.
Yes. So for discovering the degrees and radians of other sides, it's just very simple. This line over here would be 30 degrees away from 90 degrees, so you just add 30 to 90, so you get 120. And it's very simple. You convert into radians. Once you do after that, you 120 divided by 180 would equal 0.666 or whatever. So then you just convert it into 2/3 or 2 pi over 3.
Which is very simple. And you can do that for anywhere on the unit circle, even from here. Just add 30. But just remember, it always has to be however far away from the horizontal axis. So if you add 30 to 270, that'll be that will be 300 degrees, except since it's away from that, it's 60 degrees away. And yeah.
So now that we've gone over the degrees of the unit circle, we're going to start working on the length of the unit circle.
Both got some brand new pens here. But the unit circle is always just one away from the x and the y from the origin. So that means this one is 0, or 1, 0.
This is 0, 1.
Over here is the same as over here, except the 1 is negative.
And Ditto for this one, so 0, -1. So within the unit circle, there are 3 different types of triangles based on these 3 angles: 30, 45, and 60 degrees. And they could look a little something like this. But this is very dirty and kind of cluttered, so we're going to first get rid of our unit circle and draw them nice and big and zoomed in. So, yeah.
Oh.
Alright. So now we're going to fill these in with the correct length measures.
Okay, so just to make this a little bit easier, always the opposite of 30 degrees is 1, and the hypotenuse is always 2, except for on 45 degrees where it's square root of 2, and the opposite is 60 is square root of 3.
Action!
So here's an example of how we're going to find out the x and y coordinates of this one. So you guys know cosine is opposite or adjacent over hypotenuse. So this would be square root of 3 over 2,
The CAH and SOHCAHTOA.
comma 1 over 2 because it's opposite over hypotenuse, and that's what sine is.
Now it landed in a nice pretty spot over here. And that's where this comes in.
So there's your answer for this one. That all students take calculus, or just all are positive, so positive. Only sine is positive, which means cosine's negative, positive. None are positive,
Unless you're working with tangent, which we're not
Yeah.
going to go over right now.
unless you're working with tangent, and then only cosine is positive.
So those are the basics of the unit circle, which you'll use a lot in pre-calculus. This has been Mike,
And Mrs. Lee,
and if you have any more questions,
we really don't care.
too bad. Sorry.